Clearing the clutter inside and out, we are talking about wedding gifts. Do you have wedding gifts that you've never taken out of the box? Are you afraid that someone will remember the gift they gave you 20 years ago and ask where it is? Have you changed your taste and a wedding present no longer suits you and your beloved? We continue our month focusing on thinking outside the box when it comes to clearing clutter.
Are you overwhelmed by clutter, looking to organize your life? Do you feel stuck and are ready for a change? Every Tuesday at 1 p.m., join award-winning professional organizer and coach Julie Coraccio on clearing the clutter inside and out as she supports you in navigating the waters of decluttering your life and getting organized. Julie thinks outside the box and examines clutter in all areas: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, and more. Ready to live a more joyful and fulfilling life?
This might seem odd to people to be included in a month that focuses on thinking outside the box when it comes to clutter. In my work as a professional organizer, I have found that this is an area where people can really get hung up. Because someone gave them a gift, especially a wedding gift, they struggle to let it go even if they don't like it, won't ever use it, or think it's the ugliest thing ever created. This episode is not about being tacky and complaining about gifts. But since this podcast focuses on clearing clutter, it's about keeping gifts that bring you joy, that you use and love. Gratitude. I'm going to first begin by saying always, always, always have gratitude for what you're given. I never want that to be lost. People took the time to purchase and shop for a gift for you. I hear some really sad stories about bridezillas and grooms who are completely rude, demanding gifts, and expecting people to pay an exorbitant amount of money for their gift. The most recent one I heard was a user who had posted on social media. She and her boyfriend had spent $50 on a gift. They were invited to her friend's wedding. They don't have a lot of money. One's going to school, but they did get them something. The bride, after the fact, wrote her an email saying, "You needed to spend $200. I can't believe you only spent $50 on us, and it cost us $200 for you and your boyfriend to attend the wedding." Now, I know that there's some old school people out there that might say the gift should equal that, but I think that's completely archaic. So this podcast is not addressing the bridezillas out there. This is about, again, clearing clutter, but I really want that to be clear. Make sure that you are keeping a running list of who gifted you what, and be sure to write a thank you note. Not an email, not a text, a handwritten thank you note. It is not only good etiquette, but shows your appreciation. All of my thank you notes were written within a day or two of receiving a gift. That's meant to demonstrate that it was a priority for me to let people know how much we appreciated their gifts. I've heard several compliments from people that it meant a lot for me to take the time to write a genuine, well thought out thank you card. I am not a fan of the "you have up to a year to write your thank you note." That's ridiculous. Don't hand it off to an assistant or take a year. If it's important to you, you will find the time to write the thank you notes. Ran over. I also emphasize this because when we are in gratitude, we are in a high vibration and can create the life we choose as well as clear our clutter. So, to reiterate, have gratitude for all gifts you receive. Say thanks out loud to that person as you open their gift. But they'll know. But they'll know if I let it go. When I work with clients, I found that many times people have wedding gifts that they don't like, they've never used, and they're just sitting there collecting dust. And one of the biggest reasons they do this is fear. They have the fear that the person's going to remember, they're going to come over and ask, "Where's the gift?" And I have this with people. People are concerned about this, not only with wedding gifts. Here's what I say. Again, always begin with gratitude. If someone would actually call you out on that, and I think that's very rare. The older we get, trust me, I couldn't tell you what I gave someone 20 years ago. The only gift I do remember from 20 years ago is I got a friend and her husband, who are now going to get divorced, a set of crystal candlesticks holders. And before they opened it, the husband said, "Oh God, I hope it's not crystal," or something about hating crystal. And then they opened it to find crystal. And again, 20 years ago, that's kind of what you gave. I don't know if people still give crystal anymore. Anyway, I survived that. It was no big deal. People change, decorations change, your desires change. It is okay to let go of those wedding gifts, especially ones you haven't used, they're still in the box. So what are you to do? First of all, you have some options. You can give to someone that you know would truly enjoy it. You could give it to charity, and hey, if it's unused, they might be able to sell it for an auction and raise money. A lot of charities have online auctions now. You can try to sell it if it's worth something. And finally, you can try to regift it. Why would you have something in your house that's sitting around collecting dust, creating clutter for you? Because you get attached to the gift. If you're concerned that it's a memory, and you had maybe it's a wonderful friend or maybe they've passed, you can always take a picture of the item. Remember, the memory is in our head and in our heart. It's not in the actual gift. I also tell all my clients, blame me. Feel free to blame the podcast if you get rid of something and someone calls you out on it. And I have to tell you, I have yet to have that happen for a client. Has it happened? It might have. It probably will happen to someone somewhere because I never say never to anything. But I think that that's really rare. If that were to happen, your first tactic, blame me, and then have an honest conversation. Maybe it's like, you know what, our decoration, our styles have changed. We just were looking for something new, but we gave it a good home. And remember your gratitude. I so appreciated what you did for me. Thank you. It meant the world to me. Most people are going to be okay with that. There are some people that might be mad at you if you do that. I have to say that's okay. I talk a lot about relationship clutters in other podcasts, and it's really important who you have in your life. People who love you and know that your friendship is what's most important, not some gift, are going to be okay with that. So be brave and take the time to clear out those gifts that you no longer use, love, or need. I have also gotten to the habit of when I give a gift, I tell someone, I picked this for you, I put a lot of thought into it, but if you don't like it, please regift it, please donate it. I have let it go. I don't want you to feel tied to what I've given you. And I'd encourage other people to do that as well. Gift giving. Most likely the happy couple will have registered in one place or a few. I would really suggest that this is the best place to begin. People register for items that they choose. When you go off the range, you might pick something they don't want, need, or even like. Now, I've read about revenge wedding gifts, but hopefully this isn't the case for anyone listening. In this day and age, a lot of times you can shop online and have gifts wrapped and sent. It's especially nice if you're traveling for a wedding. And if you're thinking of getting a gift that you think no one else will, there's a good chance they will have gotten another one.
Do you prefer to do it yourself? Motivated to release clutter and finally get organized, but need some guidance? Do you have an idea of how to organize and declutter, but know a game plan would support you in achieving your goals? Our do-it-yourself organizing your space and decluttering plan, Julie creates a customized step-by-step roadmap for you to organize your home and release clutter in all areas of your life. Find out more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com.
She's crafty. She's crafty. In a funny meme that I read on Facebook, they detailed gifts people get and no one really desires. One was handmade craft items. Full disclosure, I usually make things like handmade soaps, essential oils, and soups for clients as gifts. Since I'm supporting them in clearing clutter, it doesn't sit right with me to purchase something they won't use. Having said that, we are focusing on wedding gifts today. We only received one craft item. It was apparent that it didn't take a lot of time. It was nothing like the decor in our home. I share that because a few months ago I threw it away. I couldn't regift it, nor could recycle it, which is what I would have tried to do. If you've listened to my podcast for a while, I talk a lot about energy and intent. If I'd felt the love behind the gift, or they had really put a lot of thought and care behind it, we might have felt differently. I have artwork of my nieces and nephew on the fridge because they made it for me. They put love into it. So think about the energy and intent if you're going to be doing something crafty. I suggest thinking very carefully about crafting an item. If you do, make sure it is something they need or will use, have asked for, and will match their home. Anything done from a place of love will be treasured and appreciated. What goes around comes around. I know this will get me in trouble with Miss Manners, but I am a big fan of regifting. And I actually did get in trouble here in the South when I talked about regifting in a presentation I did at a country club. One woman was not amused. She even wrote into the paper that had written about my presentation. We received a religious gift from a friend who knows we aren't religious. We re-gifted it to my brother-in-law and his wife, who are very religious and really appreciated the gift. It's all good in my book. Why would I want to keep something around gathering dust when it brings someone else joy? I cannot imagine a wedding gift that would be really awful, but if you think it is and don't want to re-gift, give it to charity. There are so many in need. If you are concerned about money, you can always give the gift of time to house sit, pet sit, babysit, or the gift of sweat. Helping someone plant a garden or paint a room. Have an honest conversation saying that money is tight and you would love to give them a gift of time. Most normal people appreciate it. The ones that don't, maybe you need to rethink your friendship and or going to the wedding. For the happy couple, here are some alternatives to wedding gifts. You can ask for money for a honeymoon or a big ticket item like a home or landscaping. I know Miss Manners is cringing somewhere. I'm not a fan of this personally, but to each his own, and I think it makes a lot of sense for some people. Maybe someone could rent a cool car for you to leave your wedding from. You could ask for an experience such as a hot air balloon ride to enjoy together or a cooking class. Maybe art's your thing and you would love a painting of your pooch or a drawing of your cat. Personalized stationery would also be great for all the thank you notes you'll be writing. If you're good to go, why not consider giving back? You could give to your favorite charity. Check out justgiving.com. Also attempt to stop the clutter before it starts and register for what you really desire. The Honey Fund and the Honeymoon are honeymoon registries. Hatch My House is for your house, as in building or buying one registry. SimpleRegistry.com, Zola.com, and My Registry are cross-company registries that have a huge range of options. Card Avenue specializes in gift cards. Seven Hopes United specializes in marketing stylish, handmade, fair trade, and eco-friendly gifts from around the globe. Your purchases ensure artisans are paid a living wage for their work, working conditions are safe, and no children are exploited. Knack Registry allows you to register for items, experiences, and even services. Takeaways from today's podcast. Always have gratitude for what you are given. People took the time to shop for and purchase a gift for you. Don't be the ungrateful couple that people post about on social media. Most likely the happy couple have registered. People register for items that they desire. When you go off the range, you might pick something that they don't want, need, or even like. Think outside the box when asking for gifts, experiences, art, personalized stationery. You are only limited by your mind. If you have a wedding gift you don't like, consider donating, re-gifting, simply giving to someone else, or selling it. Go out, clear the clutter to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire.
Ready to clear clutter and share your gifts with the world? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, so what step will you take today? Sign up for our newsletter and receive a free copy of our 10 Steps to Clearing Clutter. Julie Coraccio provides coaching, professional organizing and speaking, organizing classes, positive affirmations, and her unique How to Declutter Your Life course. Learn more at reawakenyourbrilliance.com. Subscribe to Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out and join us next Tuesday at 1 p.m.